Happy July, everybody. I've got here some of my needle felting sculptures and stuff. And as you can probably see, they could use a little bit of work. Launchpad's ribs are poking out. DW's poor little neck is actually broken. You probably can't see it on here, but that little stub there is exposed wire. Plus, he's got a few other shaggy problems that could be taken care of. And if I get around to it, I also have a few other custom sculptures that could use some work. Yep. Needle felting is a lot of fun. Basically, all you need is a couple of tools, like these barbed needles. You can get them in a package like this, or in a tool, a multi-tool like this, or even a tool that has 3 needles. And in addition to the needles, you need a pad or a brush to sculpt on top of, like this, or just any old thick piece of foam or pillow. As you can see, the foam can stick to the wool and gets torn up pretty quickly. Also, you have to be aware of your fingers, because like any needle, these hurt. Don't know if you can see the... probably not. A little hard to focus on up-close things, especially when I don't know where it exactly to hold the camera. Oh well. You'll just have to take my word for it that this has little tiny barbs all over it. And all you need to do once you get your tools, of course you need some felt. You can get it in multi-packs with lots of colors, or a 2-color pack. This one I wrote down came from Hobby Lobby. This is $2 for 2 little ounces of wool. Or at some craft shows, you can actually buy bags of wool from alpaca farms or sheep farms. And if you end up like me with a ton of wool, sometimes you need something to store it in. So I've gotten this neat mesh needle tube to hold some of my wool. This is only a tiny portion of it, and unfortunately, it takes a lot of wool to get the colors that you need to get any kind of sculpture done. So without further ado, I'm going to start working on this little guy, try to get his neck fixed up. Or maybe not. I don't think I actually have any pipe cleaners sitting around right now, so... Okay, let's move on to Launchpad. At least all I need for him is just to tighten up these fibers to get those ribs covered. So for that, I think I'm going to use the multi-tool, which works out pretty easily. I'm just stab. The sound can get a bit annoying with the spring-loaded thing. And that's all you do for needle felting, is just stab, 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 over and over and over, for hours and hours. Come on, LP. Let's get you decent, buddy. Now, unfortunately, what I used on Launchpad here is alpaca fiber, which is very fine, very soft, and does not stick to itself as well as sheep wool does. It doesn't have much barb in it. So that was my mistake. I went for texture instead of usefulness. If I make another large sculpture like this, I'll just use regular wool instead of alpaca fiber, because it does take forever and a day to get it to stick together. Now, aside from just stabbing wool together, you can also do what's called a wet felting technique. I have never actually done that myself. But yeah, what the end up results from that ends up just looking like what the sheets of felt that you can buy from craft stores. That's getting better. I'm closing up that rib there. So, that's about all there is to it. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about needle felting. Toodaloo!